Despite having no medical benefits, girls have been suffering from excruciating pain for over 2,000 years due to a certain tradition. Are you aware of this horrifying tradition that still exists in some parts of the world? FGM, a custom that has persisted for millennia, is still practiced in certain countries in Africa and the Middle East. Its official name is female genital mutilation. FGM is a practice that involves the partial or total removal of female genitalia. For example, Esther, a woman living in Burkina Faso, West Africa, was subjected to FGM when she was just 8 years old. It took her a whole month to recover from the injury. Despite having no medical basis, why has the tradition of FGM persisted for over 2,000 years? Let's explore the background behind this practice. Hello everyone, my name is Kanta. FGM is a practice still carried out in parts of Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. The number of girls and women who have undergone FGM worldwide is estimated to be 200 million. Since anesthesia is not used during FGM, girls suffer from excruciating pain. Because the procedure is not performed by licensed medical professionals, there are cases where girls have died from excessive bleeding. FGM is often carried out in unsanitary conditions, leading to infections during the procedure. Additionally, the severe fear and stress can result in PTSD, causing girls to suffer from lifelong physical and psychological disabilities. Despite having no scientific health benefits, FGM has been sustained for over 2,000 years due to strong social norms and traditional values, continuing in various parts of the world. It is estimated that around 3 million girls and women, primarily in Africa, undergo FGM every year. Why do practices like FGM exist? The reasons vary by region, but generally, FGM is considered a prerequisite for marriage or a rite of passage into adulthood. In regions where FGM is practiced, it is often believed that undergoing the procedure at a young age will help women maintain their purity until marriage. In regions where FGM is widespread, some people refer to girls who have not undergone the procedure as children who are missing something. However, there is no scientific evidence to support the claim that FGM helps maintain a woman's purity. In reality, the practice of FGM is rooted in a male-dominated society that seeks to control women's behavior. By carrying out the procedure of FGM, the aim is to prevent women from experiencing sexual pleasure or engaging in sexual activity, thereby attempting to preserve their purity before marriage. Regions where FGM is practiced based on these beliefs are overwhelmingly male-dominated societies. In other words, the persistence of FGM is rooted in the belief that men hold power and women must submit to men. This deep-seated gender inequality has allowed the practice to continue for so long. It is not that governments around the world have taken no action against FGM. Currently, FGM is legally banned in over 20 countries in Africa, and in some countries, it is punishable under criminal law. For example, Sudan, a country located in North Africa, has one of the highest FGM rates in the world. An astonishing 87% of women aged 15 to 49 have undergone FGM. In Sudan, even with its high prevalence of FGM, a new law was approved in July 2020, imposing a maximum prison sentence of 3 years for those who perform FGM. However, merely establishing laws is not enough to change the deeply ingrained mindset that has developed over 2,000 years. This is the current challenge. Despite being legally banned, many people still believe FGM is necessary due to deep-rooted superstitions and misconceptions. Moreover, in impoverished African countries, corruption is rampant, and laws are often not adequately enforced. Given this background, there are still many regions where FGM continues to be practiced despite being legally banned. The persistence of FGM is also related to the fact that women have less access to education compared to men. In some impoverished African countries, many people hold the belief that girls do not need education. The belief is that girls will get married and only need to do household chores and raise children, so there is no point in them receiving an education. Many parents believe that if they are going to provide an education, they should prioritize boys, who are seen as future breadwinners. Additionally, girls are often required to do more household chores compared to boys. In many impoverished regions of Africa, there is a lack of access to clean water infrastructure, forcing people to walk for hours to fetch water from rivers or lakes. When girls spend long hours on household chores, such as fetching water, they are unable to attend school. Without access to education, even if there are laws banning FGM, they are unable to understand them. Many girls are unable to understand medical evidence or the concept of gender equality, making it difficult for them to say no to FGM. Furthermore, economic factors are also a significant reason for the continuation of FGM, with some practices driven by financial motives. There is an international NGO called Plan International that focuses on girls' rights issues. In June 2020, Plan International reported that FGM rates had increased in Somalia due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, warning that this surge constituted a shadow pandemic. The reason why the COVID-19 pandemic has led to an increase in FGM is believed to be the economic downturn. In many African countries, the lockdowns during the COVID-19 pandemic significantly reduced economic activity, causing many people to fall into poverty. People who lost their income started going door to door, performing FGM on girls to earn a small fee. Indeed, while FGM has persisted due to reasons like its tradition or its culture, stopping at these explanations prevents us from recognizing the true nature of the problem. There are always underlying causes behind any issue. Recognizing these causes accurately is the key to finding solutions and addressing the problem effectively. In summary, the persistence of FGM is influenced by various factors, including male-dominated values aimed at controlling women, the lack of access to education for women, and economic poverty exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. FGM is practiced as a tradition in around 30 countries, primarily in Africa. Worldwide, the number of girls and women who have undergone FGM is estimated to be 200 million. On the other hand, in recent years, there has been a global movement to eradicate FGM. For example, February 6th has been designated as the International Day of Zero Tolerance for FGM, a day dedicated to raising awareness about the facts of FGM and encouraging action to eliminate the practice. To eradicate FGM, it is essential to gain the understanding and support of not only women, but also the men in their communities. For example, in Burkina Faso, one of the poorest countries in Africa where FGM has been a long-standing issue, group discussions involving the entire community are being held with support from the British government and UNICEF. These discussions include girls, women, boys, men, and village elders. Activities to eradicate FGM are also being carried out steadily by NGOs involved in international cooperation. For example, Plan International, which focuses on girls' rights issues, creates forums to discuss not only the harms of FGM but also child protection laws and harmful practices affecting girls and women. In Sudan, one of the countries where FGM is most prevalent, girls themselves are involved in a wide range of activities. These include running girls' clubs, where they learn about the harms of FGM, the dangers of child marriage, and gaining knowledge about menstruation. Plan International is well known for its Because I Am a Girl campaign, which many people may recognize from TV and video advertisements. I often receive comments from viewers saying, I regularly donate to Plan International. Of course, I haven't been asked by Plan International to promote their work. I believe that organizations doing good work should be more widely known. As I mentioned earlier, in many African countries, there is a problem where girls do not have the same access to education as boys. And one reason for the girls' lack of education is the physical differences between men and women, namely menstruation. Girls from poor families cannot afford to buy sanitary products. As a result, some girls miss school every month when they have their periods. If girls frequently miss school due to their periods, they can fall behind in their studies or miss important exams needed for advancing to the next grade. Consequently, girls from poor families are often unable to receive a proper education. I haven't been directly involved with FGM, but I have covered issues related to girls' education. In the past, I have interviewed girls in Uganda and Tanzania who face challenges due to menstruation. And in Uganda, I was involved in volunteering to teach people how to make cloth napkins, which can be made using locally available materials. If I just donated disposable napkins, the local girls might become dependent on my support. But then they would face the same problem again when I was no longer there. So I worked to help them learn to make cloth napkins that could be used over and over again, and to teach them how to keep the napkins hygienic. I plan to upload a video on this topic soon, so please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned. Because it is a tradition that has persisted for over 2,000 years, changing the deeply ingrained mindset among people is not an easy challenge. Some people might feel that it's a distant issue that doesn't concern them. However, please remember this: social issues are only recognized as such when people become aware of them. In recent years, as people around the world have started to speak out against FGM, the issue has become more widely recognized as a problem. This growing awareness, especially among the younger generation, is beginning to change attitudes towards FGM. As people around the world have raised their voices, support for international organizations and NGOs has increased, fostering a more conducive environment for efforts to eradicate FGM. Keep these words in your heart. People may have limited power, but they are not powerless. No matter how significant a social issue is, everything begins with awareness. The first action someone who becomes aware of the issue can take is to spread the word to others. In recent years, the issue of FGM has gained more recognition. However, awareness of the problem of FGM is still low, considering that 200 million women and girls worldwide undergo FGM. If you found even one thing in this video that left an impression on you, I would be grateful if you could share it with your family and friends. Kanta's channel explains various issues in the world that are difficult to learn about through other channels. The important thing is not to be interested in world events, but to stay interested. Please subscribe to my channel to keep your interest. Thank you again for watching to the end. See you again in the next video.